Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on a machine learning interview question and answer. So in this tutorial we are going to see about the question, how is KNN different from the K-means? First of all, these are the two different machine learning algorithms. So let's try to understand the difference between these two algorithms. Let's not confuse with the K word, the very K initial, the very K later associated with both of this name KNN and K-means. So first of all, K means K nearest neighbor algorithm and K-means means clustering algorithm. So let's try to highlight the difference between these two. So first of all, K-means is an unsupervised learning algorithm. Unsupervised by nature, whereas the KNN algorithms are supervised supervised learning algorithm. I have already created a video on what is the difference between unsupervised learning algorithm and a supervised learning algorithm, so that I will give link into description. You can go and watch it out. As it is a unsupervised algorithm, it's a clustering algorithm category you can put it, whereas KNN algorithm you can put it into classification or regression based algorithm. As K-means algorithm is unsupervised, it do not require no label required, whereas in KNN we require a label because it is useful for the classification. So these are the main three differences between the K-means classification algorithm and a K-means clustering algorithm and KNN classification or a regression algorithm. So let's try to understand the functionality or a basic behavior for both of them. So for both the algorithm, I have listed some of the data. So with the help of data, I will try to explain that what this K-means is and what this KNN and how the KNN and K-means works. So let's try to display it in a scatter plot format. So I have listed this data in a XY pair comma format. So one feature is X and another feature is Y, and we will plot it into two-dimensional coordinate geometry. So let's try to display it in a scatter plot format. Okay, so it has nicely displayed all those data for us. So horizontal axis is X and vertical axis is a Y. So you can see that how this K-means algorithm, K-means clustering algorithm will do. It is unsupervised learning algorithm and it is a clustering algorithm, and there is no label associated with individual record. So we have just X comma Y pair of values. So what it will do, by looking at the data, you can imagine that it will try to form the cluster. One cluster it will try to form here, another cluster it will try to form here. So that is how K-means clustering algorithm will form the homogeneous cluster, or form the cluster based on the homogeneity of the data, but it has no label associated with individual record. It just forms the cluster. Same way, let's try to see the KNN algorithm. Let's create a graph, scatter graph. Okay, so KNN is a K nearest neighbor algorithm. So every single record has been associated with some label. I haven't listed label, but let's keep it like I'll just shift it here. I think I'll shift it here. So remember, this is a KNN and this is a K-means. So this is for a KNN. I'll write as a 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 and 1. So there are some of the records are associated in class 1 and some of the record are associated in class 2, and I have already plotted those x comma y pair value in a two-dimensional coordinate geometry. Now we have a query point 40 comma 60. So 40 comma 60 somewhere around here. So this label, this data point is nothing but our query point. So I will write as a this one as a this is as a query point, query data, or and our task is to find that where or in which class this particular point 40 comma 60 belongs to, whether it belongs to class 0 or whether it belongs to class 1. So how this k nearest neighbor will work, it will try to calculate the distance of this point with respect to all remaining point in a data space, and it will find that k nearest neighbor. So k can be anything. You can put the k is equal to like a 1, true, or even a 5. So let's take a k is equal to 5, or k is equal to, let's take for simplicity 3. So with respect to this point, which is nothing but our query point, these 3 points are nearest. So somewhere this point, and this point. So this is lying around 32, 34 and a 42. So you can see 32, 34 and 42. So out of that, all these 3 nearest neighbor means 3 KNN. It becomes like a 3 KNN. 3 nearest neighbor. The 2 nearest neighbor belongs to group 1 and 1 nearest neighbor belongs to group 0. So majority will win. So we will classify it as a belongs to class 1. So this way k nearest neighbor algorithms are the supervised class of algorithm, or its classification algorithm. It is trying to classify whether particular data point or a query point belongs to this class or any other class. There can be a more than 2 class also possible. So this is the basic working of the K-means clustering algorithm and a KNN classification or regression algorithm. So, and these are the basic differences between a K-means and a KNN algorithm. Unsupervised, another is a supervised. Clustering or classification, one do not require a label, another require a label. So that's it for this lecture, friends. I hope you enjoy listening this video. If you do not understand anything, please write it into comment, and please do subscribe my channel to support the channel. And at last, thank you guys for the watching.